And today I have an actress as my guest, and her name is Jacqueline Salgado from Honduras. Welcome, Jacqueline. So good to see you.
Good to see you too, Sherry. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're so welcome. And I just want to tell everybody quickly how we met. We met through Kingdom Creatives, which is a group that is organized by Susan Cherish. Susan's an award-winning film producer, and you're with Susan and her group. And I've just now got connected with Susan and all you all in there. So that's how you and I got connected and started talking about acting and music and all that. So I'm just going to start by letting our listeners know that we're going to get some tips today from Jacqueline about acting and how you get involved in the entertainment industry. So Jacqueline, I'll just start out by saying, tell us a little bit about Kingdom Creatives first.
Okay, Kingdom Creatives, it's a great family group. It's most of family group. We are a group of actors that we are taking classes by Zoom in different parts of the world. I'm from Honduras and I'm taking those classes in different parts of US, and there are people from Australia, from Canada. So we all have that in common. We are actors, and we have great teachers there that has helped us hone our dreams. And most of it, we are a family. We are really connected to each other, and we are starting to make films. So we made our first film in Nashville last year, and it was awesome. We met. So can you imagine, for all of us, not everybody went, but there are going to be different kinds of films, and we are all gonna get to be in there, hopefully. But the great thing is to meet each other, and it's a group of prayer. It's a group of friendship. It's a godly group.
That's awesome.
And thank you, Suzanne, for that.
And yes, and we want to say hello to Susan. I know she's watching this, so I love Susan to death. So hi, Susan, and we're going to have Susan on here too and interview her. But Jackie, let's just start with when did the bug bite you to be an actress?
Well, it was since high school. Maybe before that, when I was going to high school. But yeah, it started there. And when I finished high school, I was going to go and study to Point Loma University in California, San Diego, California. But then my life changed. Point Loma is an acting school, producing cinematography and all of that. Then my life changed. I got married and had kids. And, time passed in Honduras. There was no filming by that time. But I had that thing in my heart, and it was melting. It was 3 kids. Then I got divorced, and then I had to raise my kids alone. So it was really hard times. But I always saw movies, and I am the one that is going to be there. I want to be there. I saw the Oscars every year, and I sat down. I sat my kids in front of the TV, and I always told them, your mom is going to be there one day. So, but they grew up, and I started to show them some of my gifts, like my daughter. She recites poems, and my other son, the 3 of them, they write and things. So they're very creative, but I thought maybe my dreams are for them. But it happened to be that 13 years ago, I believe, 13, 14, I was dreaming that it was a dream. I was sleeping. It was a dream, and I was seeing a woman in a poster, and in a cinema poster, and there was a man besides her, and I told the man, I want to be her. And while I was telling him that, a phone call came, and I answered the phone, and I thought I was dreaming, because he told me, I need you in a movie that we're gonna make. I like your profile. And then I said, is this a dream? Is this a dream? So no, it wasn't a dream. And I remember a man that told me in church, what is your big dream? And I told him, you're not gonna believe it, but I always wanted to be an actress. And he said, you know what? I'm going to be the first one to see you in a movie. Then a month later, that man died. So everything was there in that moment. So then I went to that audition and I booked the role. And from that audition, they made a part of the reel. So it was like, wow. And then I said to myself, okay, Lord, you never forget the dreams. The Lord never, never, ever forget your dreams because they are inserted in us like a chip. So he remembered mine. And, honoring the dream, it was not just being in a movie. I needed to study. So I started studying in Honduras. There was an acting teacher, and I was there and for a whole year. And in that year, I booked 5 more movies. 2 of them are in Amazon Prime, and one of them is in the Latin channel of the in US. So those were great things that I've achieved. And from then, I went to Chicago to take a course. Then I went to AMTC, Actors, Models, and Talents for Christ. And then I went to LA and took some classes. And then I'm in Kingdom Creatives by Zoom in classes that I will never have dreamed of because they were too expensive, for me. And then I saw the prices and I said, this is too good to be true. And then I met all these wonderful actors, great actors. I was like, wow, I felt even intimidated at the beginning. There's such a great group of people, praising the Lord and acting. And it was great. And I met Susan Scherer, I met Jen Godson Chandler. I love them both so much. And I met great directors, Ricky Borba and Wayman Boone, Christopher Shawshan, Joaquin Garay, he's great. All these mentors and teachers and all these great students. And then we met in Nashville. So here I am, still believing and still working for my dream. The next step, it has to be in the US.
Yes. Yes. And you've done some wonderful things. Jackie and I asked this to everybody, whether you're a musician or in acting, but did you know when you were little or younger that you'd be doing this? It's just something that you always knew. I'm going to be an actor. This is what God's put me on the earth to do. Did you know?
It touches my heart that because, yeah, I was there. I wanted to be there. I even cried in the movies, not because of the movie. I cried because I always said, I was meant to be that woman. Even in the Passion for Christ, I always said, Lord, I really want to be her, And yeah, when I was young, I used to play that I was a director. So I directed one of my sisters and another friend, and I put them in stage, and I told them, you have to do this and this. I love to write, and I wrote poems that were that won the first prize and the second prize in high school. So I wrote stories. I like to write too. I wrote a children's book. I have my children's book, my first children's book. So yeah, I've been doing that because I have that. I knew that I had to do that. I just knew it, but I never thought I was going to be here right now. One of the Latin movies that I was with three great actors, three great Latin actors, very well known. One is the first actress here in Mexico. So I used to see her when I was a kid, when I was a young girl in telenovelas, soap operas. And then there's this guy that it's in Telemundo, that he has done things in the US and in Mexico, and he's a Cuban. He's like, wow. His name is Mario Cimarro, and her name is Socorro Bonilla. And then I was with Silvana Arias, and she has done tons of things here in US. And when I was in that film 2 times with them, I can't believe I'm in the middle of these great actors, and then that the Lord is working on you and there's more to come. because I believe there's more to come. I've been, working hard, and I will continue working hard, not only taking classes, but we are working with a great friend, Charney Alexander. And she's not only a great friend, a sister in the Lord and in Kingdom Creatives, a great actress. And we are working and writing for a film that we have in mind.
I know, that's so exciting, and you told me a little bit about it, and I know we can't say a whole lot about it, but just to let the listeners know that you're an actress, but you're also a writer, and you're working with Charnay. We're gonna have Charnay on here too, Charnay Alexander, and you two have these films that are comedy that you act together that I love watching. You can go on Jackie and Charnay Alexander and Jacqueline Salgado's Facebook page, and they're on Instagram, and look them up and watch some of their work. But I wanted to ask you, Jackie, for people who are watching this and they're like, I want to be an actress, but I don't know where to begin. Where would you suggest that they begin?
Classes, take classes. Now, taking classes is so easy. Any part of the world, just go and take classes, look for what you want, what type of classes do you want. There's prices everywhere, and different kinds of prices that you can, see what do you want. There are classes for 6 months, for a year, for a month. So yeah, you start by classes, then you start connecting with actors and with teachers, and then with directors, and then you start, creating your own, agenda of what you want. Then I suggest to post things in your social media, Instagram, Facebook. Do things that you have learned in class. They will teach you how to do monologues. Go ahead and do monologues. You never know who's watching. You never know. Then when you start creating your videos and your things, your resume, then you go to IMDb and you create your curriculum there. And it's a great thing to start with.
Right. And how important is a portfolio? You have an online portfolio, then what all does that include?
Okay, I have a thing called EPK that Jen Godson Chandler showed us in class, in one of those classes. It's like an electronic profile. Mm-hmm. And I have my 3 different kinds of my photo shoots of my profile. 3 different kinds, one for commercials, another for acting, and and the 3 are there. And I have my resume, all the things I've done, and all the interviews I've had. I have it there. I have pictures. It's very important to take pictures everywhere you go. Take pictures if you are on stage, if you are filming, if you are in a commercial. Like in this interview, I will tell you, I will want a picture, because those are really important to put it on your portfolio and to put it on IMDb. That's really important. So when someone tells me, send me something, I always send them my EPK. It's really well done. And I have a lot of things. I've been judged for performing and acting. I've had tons of interviews in radio, TV. I have pictures of all of that. So it's good.
Great. And I've seen your EPK too, and it is wonderful and very well put together. And okay, so now we'll talk about our last thing here, relationships. How important, because they talk about networking and relationships, and you and I are good friends, and we just met recently with Charnay. It's just like we've known each other forever, and I met you all through speaking at the Kingdom Creatives class. But tell us about networking and friendships. How important are they? What do people look for when they want to work with someone?
Okay, those are important. You said it all. We met in Kingdom Creatives. I think Susan invited you to give us a class, and we became good good friends. I became good friends with Susan. She's the leader of the Kingdom Creatives, and I became good friends with a lot of my colleagues or peers. And with Charnay, we had these great connections. We make videos together, and we have other things that are coming up. We want our YouTube channel, so now we are writing to a film. Connections, and those are good. But sorry, you said a second question that I don't remember.
Well, I guess my whole point was people think it's about talent alone, and and relationships are important. I mean, you can be a really great actress and a really great singer on my end of things in music, and people think that's all it's about. If I have a great voice, if I'm a great actress, but those relationships are really important that you have along the way. And so connecting with people, and so I was asking you, how important has that been in your experience for connections and friendships, and has that helped you in your career? Just know who you know.
Very much, very much. I have tons of connections by Facebook. They say that Facebook, it's now just for our age. That's what my kids tell me. But Facebook is so important for actors in the acting world. Producers, directors have seen that. I was going to get out of Facebook until I saw that was it. So I really recommend Facebook. And 2 days ago, there was this director and cinematographer that he asked me for a friendship request in Facebook. And I saw his profile before I said yes. And what I loved about this guy is that he is humanitarian and he helps people. He goes to different countries and help. And he's a Christian, and I immediately say yes. And there was something in me that I had, because I usually don't say thank you for your friend request or something, but I did reach to him, and he reached back to me. So that's how you start a relation. And then I said, I'm an actress, I'm a writer, and for most of all, I love to help people, and I'm a humanitarian as well. I help in my country. I help kids in the streets, and I have helped kids in the kids that are in rehab from the streets. And I'm very excited to be in a group that helps widows. And that's for me a great thing, because they are the forgotten ones. And even by the church. So I went from one thing to another, but this guy is a humanitarian. So that's why we clicked, not only because he's a cinematographer, a director, and a writer, and we are in the same, area, but because of that, that connected. So I do believe that there's going to be, I said, I'm an actress, this and this, anything that you need. And that's how you meet people.
That's awesome. And we connected, and there's going to be some things opening with that.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
Music and your end and acting.
Yes.
And
yes.
About what's coming ahead for you, Jackie, and your writing and your acting. And if anybody sees this interview and wants to get in touch with you, what should they do?
Okay. I'm in Facebook. I'm as Jacqueline Salgado. I have 2 pages, my acting pages, my actress pages, and my page where I normally post. I post more in Instagram as Jacqueline Salgado. I have another Instagram that is called Jackie the Dog Lover. I have a business, a dog hotel, and I do videos as well there. And I have a TikTok as Jackie the Dog Lover as well, and in my IMDb.
Awesome. So all of those. And I've seen your TikToks with your Jackie the Dog Lover and your dog hotel. I love seeing all those videos. You're such an animal lover, and I love that about you too. Thank you so much for being on here today. Jackie, you're my very first guest on the very first Share the Music.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you know what? I just want to add something. But you're saying that, that I love animals. I truly love animals. And I worked in a film with dogs. One dog was my co-star. That's the one that you can you can see as well in Amazon. And I love to work in that movie. But one of my biggest dreams is to work in a big screen movie in US with animals. I mean, with animals, with lions, with elephants. I just, that's one of the things that I have in my to-do list. And I can add one more thing. I have a bulletin board. I have it for almost 11 years. And I have all my dreams written there, posted, and taken notes or from magazines posted there. I have everything. And a lot of those dreams are coming, to be real. And one of them, I had a paw of a dog in that bulletin board because I wanted to have a shelter. But the Lord had something better than that. He gave me a dog hotel. And from that dog hotel, I will probably have a shelter. So the Lord is a Lord of order. He gave me one thing, and then he's going to give me the other. And that was how many years ago? That was 11 years ago. And my dog hotel started 2 years ago. So, and and the acting, I have all the actors there posted. I have the actors that I want to work with. There was a person that dreamed that I gave a award to this guy Benicio del Toro, and I said, wow, if I gave the award, it's because I'm there. So I just cut a magazine from his picture, and I posted it. And I say, Lord, you gave that guy the dream that I don't know. He's a friend of my daughter. That is going to happen. So that's how I work with my dreams. I just create them to reality and work on them. So I just wanted to give that tip to anybody that, you have to work and believe it and put them in front of you, because that's going to happen.
Yes. And even God's word says that. Write the vision. Habakkuk, the book of Habakkuk. Yeah. Write the vision. And I'm with you on that. I think it's so important to have dreams, and they are God-given. A lot of our dreams are God-given. He gives us desires of our heart, but what we would like, but he also places the desires within our heart when, like you say, we're born for a time as this. You were born for such a time as this, Jackie. Mm-hmm. We pray God's blessings on you as you continue with your acting, and I believe you're going to be in that film with animals. I do.
Thank you. Amen to that.
Love it that you have the dog hotel. And thank you so much for being with us today. And you are a delight, and you're a joy. And I love you as my friend. I'm so glad that we've connected. And keep tuning in for Share the Music and More, as we have more entertainment and music guests and more. So thank you, Jackie. And we'll
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.